from as long as I can remember. Always been into football, watching football, playing football, whether that's with my mates, playing local football team, whatever. Yeah, played a decent standard when I was younger, and that's just continued.
I think I started playing when I was 5 years old for my local team, and then I got scouted at the age of 7 to go to Swindon Town and have a trial, and thankfully that was successful, and I ended up staying there for 10 years. And just before the scholars were given out, I unfortunately tore my ACL, so I was out for a long time, so it was probably a backtrack from there, trying to get back to full fitness. When I did go back and play for Swindon after my injury, the pressure was mounted on top of me to try and get back to my best, but that was never going to come, and I kind of just knew anyway. So that feeling kind of helped me so that I could just move on and go and play, obviously different, and go to uni.
My Cardiff Met Bucs career started with the trials. Jack and Emlyn put me straight in the twos. Came straight into training with them, and I was lucky enough to then be a part of the twos from that moment on. My first whole year played for the twos, I think we only lost 1 game. I played about 5–10 minutes of that, but then from second year we ended up winning the league for the twos, and then third year obviously we went on to win the National Cup. So as far as Bucs careers go, I say I've probably been one of the lucky ones and one of the better ones.
I think as soon as I started in that team, there was a really strong bond there with, like, throughout the whole players and the management. You could see that everyone liked each other, everyone got involved, everyone was engaged, everyone wanted the same thing. And I think that was the most important thing, everyone being on board. And from that moment, we didn't want to lose. It was the mentality of we haven't lost and we don't want to lose. So I think that was the big one, just our mentality. And then also, we all loved each other. We were all best mates. We all wanted to do it for each other. We went out together. Obviously, some of us were in the same course. We lived together. So there's all big factors that showed why we were such a good team and so difficult to beat.
We would do everything together, from Monday training to Wednesday games to Thursday training to Saturday games. You have that real social life that you're spending every minute of the day pretty much with each other, and that's what made it so special. It was our first year in the National Cup. We played the Ones here, where we beat them on penalties. That was obviously quite a big thing, beating your own Ones team. We then played Surrey, where we were 3-0 down at half time. I remember all the boys were pretty dejected, and we were worried obviously, and some of the things those lads were saying wasn't nice, but then that shows that family nature of us, being able to come back together. We won 4-3 in extra time.
Being 3-0 down, yes, I may have not started, but in that change room at half time, you could tell it wasn't over. And yes, we might have been 3-0 down to a Surrey team that hadn't lost in 5 or 6 years. It was just, the feeling we got was if we get 1 goal, we're going to get 2, and we're going to get back into that game.
The semi-final, Nottingham, the last-minute winner from Owen Cuddihy. Again, a moment of magic from him, but the feeling was class, and you could see probably from the clips that everyone's seen, everyone sprinting after each other, all the fans and everything. It was a real, again, go back to it, a real family moment, and that's something we've built for 3 years.
The morning of, it was a very early kick-off. I think it was a 10 a.m. kick-off. Obviously, fans were coming and leaving at 6 a.m, so that may have added a little bit more pressure on us. But yeah, I think more excitement than nervous for me, just because there was no pressure on us.
I know Miles will say it, I'm always quite nervous before any game, whether it's just a normal league game, whatever. But that final was something else, especially as you've got commentators on the side going through the team sheet, saying your name and stuff. It's built up. They build up the occasion so much. Well, Miles played that pass over, and you see falling on Jake Morris's foot when it got crossed over, and you just not that time stood still or anything, but you're this is probably the best chance we're going to get. This has to go in, kind of thing.
Go on. Yeah!
Honestly, one of the best feelings ever. I remember scoring that second goal, and it was just straight away. Jake ran straight to the fans. I think I came over to you and gave you a massive hug when we scored, and that was just the togetherness that we had in that team.
To actually get over the line, and actually all that hard work is paid off. The feeling was unbelievable. But the more it's like, it's my last ever game for Bucs, we've just won the best thing you can win. Like, there is no feeling for it, it's undescribable, so yeah, it's class.
The togetherness and how much we all wanted to win for each other, that was the main factor, and that's what made us so good, I think. I think there's so many more teams that in our league and in lower leagues maybe that have better football players, but they will never have like the team and the togetherness that we had.
We were just playing football and enjoying it and laughing at every moment. Like, whatever happens, we somehow have a positive spin on it. And I think that obviously made us have this like inability to lose. Like, not to sound cocky or anything, we would turn up to football games and think we can beat anyone. And I'm sure that's probably what great teams have or good teams have or whatever. And it was just a natural thing in our team.